nice back stretch, James, that we can do from the tabletop position is called the child's pose.
Okay.
So from this position, I want you to move the knees outwards in a 10 to 2 position.
Yep.
Bring the heels so that they're together.
Yep.
And then I want you to bring that bottom all the way to the heels whilst dragging your hands forwards.
Okay.
So you feel a stretch in the lower back, but also at the sides of your body here, so at the lats.
I definitely feel it running down here.
Yeah. To make it harder, you can climb the arms away from the body.
Okay.
You'll feel that deeper stretch in the lats and the lower back. And to make it easier, you can climb the fingers towards the body and bring that head up a little bit.
Okay. And Ella, are there any other variations I could do to make this easier, like maybe putting something under the body?
Of course, yes. So you can get a pillow.
Okay.
Just in front of the knees.
Yep.
Gives you that little bit of support as well, in case you feel like you're going to fall.
Right.
Bring the hands back to where they were and climb the hands forward until the chest touches that pillow.
Okay, yeah.
So you feel that stretch still, but it's not as aggravating for you if you do have really bad back pain.
And how long should I be looking to hold this position for?
10 to 15 seconds is appropriate for this one.
Okay, that's great. I've seen other people, Ella, do ones where they go out into this position and then they walk their hands around.
Yeah.
Would that be a good variation as well?
Definitely. So that's more appropriate if you want to hit one side more than another. So just go back into the position for me and climb towards me for me, James.
Yeah.
If you climb towards the right, you'll feel the stretch more in the left.
Definitely.
Can you feel it down this left-hand side there? Perfect. And then if you climb towards the left-hand side, again, you'll feel the stretch more in the opposite side of the body. So on this right-hand side, on this lat here. Can you feel it there?
Definitely.
Perfect. And then back to the middle.
Okay, that's perfect.
First things first, I want us to lie on the floor.
Okay.
As you're lying with your back on the floor, nice and slowly, I want you to bring your heels towards the bottom so you've got a bend at the knee. From here, when your knees are in midline, I want you to rotate the lower back so that the knees are facing towards the floor. So first we'll go left, nice and slowly, feeling the stretch and the twist in the lower back.
Okay.
Aiming for the knees to hit the floor. If you can't, don't worry. Just feel a nice point of discomfort, but not pain.
Okay.
Once you've held it here for around 5 seconds, I want you to bring the knees back towards midline, nice and slowly, and then rotate them towards the right side of the floor.
And I'm feeling that just in my lower back, Ella, is that right?
Yes, that's perfect. That means you're getting the twist from the lower back and the rotation.
Okay.
Try and keep that pelvis tucked under the body so that you're not arching the back.
Okay. And can I just have my hands out where I feel them comfortable?
Yeah, so you can put them out like a T. Sometimes you can feel a greater stretch when you do this.
Yeah.
Especially if you look at the opposite direction to what your knees are going. You might get a few cracks. That's okay as long as there's not pain.
When I'm looking the opposite way, I feel it much more in my lower back.
Yes. So that makes a progression of this exercise if you tilt the head away from the knees in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Nice.
Great. And if I wanted to make this easier, Ella, what would I do?
So you'd bring the hands towards midline. You could get a cushion and put it next to the body, so parallel to the body, so that your knees, when they're twisting towards the floor, they'll hit the pillow instead of the floor. So bring the arms into midline, make it a little bit easier, and then twist towards the cushion. So it's a smaller range, and you'll feel it less so in the lower back, but it's still getting a great rotation of the lumbar spine.
Okay, great. And to make it harder, I assume, would I just remove the pillow?
Yes, remove the pillow to make it harder. Again, you're creating a greater stretch of the lower back there.
Okay.
So another stretch we can add in, James, is stretching the piriformis.
Okay.
So the right leg is your affected side. Yep. So on the right leg, I want you to bring the ankle over to the left knee for me. In this position, good. It's almost like a figure of 4, can you see with your legs?
Yep.
And I want you to grab the unaffected side behind the thigh and bring that thigh towards the chest so that you feel a nice stretch on that affected leg. And it should be around this area.
Yeah, I was going to ask, where should I be feeling it?
Around the glute. The piriformis is within the glute.
Okay.
So you should be feeling it almost down the side of the leg there.
To make this harder, Ella, Is there anything I could do?
Bring that knee. I know it's quite hard.
See, I'm very inflexible.
The chest.
Yeah, that's
and
probably
you'll feel a deeper stretch there. To make it easier, relax off and bring the knee away
Definitely,
from you.
as I'm sort of bringing that knee in, I can feel more of a stretch around here. I do a lot of sitting down at a desk, Ella. Would that typically mean that I've got tighter glutes and...
Yes.
Okay.
And if you do sit for a long time at a desk, sometimes that can actually aggravate the piriformis, which switches it on and creates even more intensified sciatica symptoms. Okay. This exercise is from a standing position and it's called a standing forward fold, okay? So, with the hands, I want you to put them on the thighs for me, nice and slowly, bring them down towards the knees.
Okay.
And then if you feel comfortable when you're at the knees, I want you to go as low as you can.
Okay.
Without feeling pain though, encouraging the spine to fold, okay,
and
towards the
toes. What should I be doing,
toes.
Ella, with my legs? Should they be staying straight or should I have a bend in them?
So you can bend them slightly, but I want the bend more so to come from the lower back.
Right, okay.
So I don't want you to keep this back straight. What I see often is backs continuing to be straight, feeling like they're doing the forward fold, but they're actually bending from the hips and the knees rather than the back. Can you see how my back is still straight?
Yeah.
So I want you to concentrate more on it's the back that's bending in this position.
And Ella, what should I be doing with my head at this point? Do I want to be looking forward or looking down at my feet or?
So I want you to try and keep the neck and the spine in position throughout this movement. Can you see how it is when I'm in standing?
Yeah.
I want you to keep that position. I don't want you to go up because that's going to create problems at the top of the spine. And I don't want you to obviously flex it either. I want you to try and keep it in line at all times.
So it's a nice and controlled movement.
Yeah.
And at the bottom, how long should I hold for?
Around 5 to 10 seconds at the bottom.
Okay.
And then once you've completed those 5 to 10 seconds, nice and slowly bring the head up towards neutral.
Okay. And how many times should I repeat that for?
About 10 times that.
10 times?
Yeah.
To make it easier, can I do anything?
So to make it easier, we can get a chair, put it in front of the body, and in that standing position, tilt the hips back, hold onto the chair, and then I want you to try and encourage that spine to bend. Remember, it's not a hip movement, Jane, so bring those glutes in a little bit, perfect, and bend from the lower back all the way through to the mid back, and just hold it there for 5 to 10 seconds before returning to standing. Again, if you wanted to make it even easier with the chair, you could actually sit on it. So start in a seated position. From here, torso upright, holding the knees and just bending that spine. Almost like the cat-cow again, but in seated.
Okay. Yeah, I can feel subtly that is working my back.
Yeah. So all of these movements are nice and subtle. Don't be expecting to be really out of breath or feeling, oh, I'm not feeling it too much. Just really nice and subtle, keeping that lower back moving.
Perfect. That's perfect. These exercises work best when done little and often, once or twice a day. Only move within what your pain allows and build up gradually. If you've got any worsening pain, stop. And if you've got any concerns with new weakness, numbness, or loss of sensation, please see your healthcare provider. Remember, some days are going to feel easier than others, and that's completely normal. Gentle, regular movement will help you stay mobile and resilient. Even 10 minutes a day can make a meaningful difference over time.
If you have any questions or queries, please leave them in the comment section below. And if you found this video helpful, then why not check out the next video here?